welcome to the podcast From Stress to Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Lolita, and today is episode 154th. And we continue the conversation about the mistakes you might be making that hindering your stress levels and leading to chronic stress that leads to burnout. And we don't want that because at the end of the day, you may be sick physically. So let's dive in. Here's another mistake that I am curious, are you doing it? And starts like this. That has to do with the saying. I don't know. It said it was Polish, but I might be wrong. So leave me a comment below and tell me what are the origins of the saying. And it goes like this: "Not my circus, not my monkeys." I really like that saying because what it means is I think we're stressing way too much about things that not even ours, not ours to take care. And I mean, I get it. Some people can say, "What? Now you'll be so selfish. You don't even care about people suffering, and you don't care about the world and world peace and people sick and dying and all this." No, I do really care about people in this world because I will not be doing those videos here. I want to inspire you to be better self so you can help others. I'm talking about stressing out about things that you cannot change. That is the worst thing that you can do to yourself, to your body, and your mental state. It's like stressing out that the sun came out and you don't want that sun to come out. That's like, it's laughable, isn't it? And so, are you doing some things in your life that actually not working? Are you stressing about things that actually not worth stressing? Do you have those monkeys that you worry about, although they're not really your circus? So, I get it. If you have this tendency of worrying about other people, getting involved in other people's lives, people pleasing, going to fix them or solve their problems, or, doing anything that can influence those other people's lives so you can feel more in peace. And I think it's really, you can see this in the family environment, especially when parents are worried about their adult children or their siblings or whoever that they feel they're responsible for. It's easier to say, not my monkeys, not my circus, when you're looking news and there's somewhere war. You're like, fine, my neighborhood is fine. So I mean, I feel for them, but I don't have to have sleepless nights. But when it has to do with your kids, that, well, maybe now in college or maybe now having a third child, and you are worried about them, and not sleeping at night because you need to tell them what they really need to do in order to, well, make you satisfied, maybe that is not going to work. Why? We cannot control other people. If we're gonna manipulate them into doing the way we want them to, that's just going to backfire later on. The same way is nobody can tell you what to do. Even now, I can tell you this, and you're already feeling the resentment toward what I'm saying because you're like, you don't tell me what I need to do. That's how it works. Also, we need to realize that everyone has their own path in this life, and we have to honor their feeling and their choices. It can get very, very difficult, but it's very important for your stress levels and for your sanity and for your body to make sure you're not really wasting your energy and worrying for something that you cannot worry. This is where maybe it's time to talk and touch on my calm process. And I recommend you to go to my website and grab a free handout about that. And, there's a membership that I'm working on where I will have a whole module of explaining how that works. But pretty much, C stands for control. Can you control a situation or you cannot? Always ask that because worrying about this is not going to help, obviously. You just can ask yourself, can I change something? And if you worry about that person, the only one way how you can help them is by asking them how you can help them. You want to be there for them? Just tell them, I really care for you. I worry for you. what is it I can do for you to help you? That's all you can do, really. And even if they don't want your help, you should be okay with that, because the only stress that you're going to cause more is to yourself. And let's imagine you will be stressing out more. That other person who cares about you, you're stressing them even more because they will see how much you're suffering, and that's going to make things worse. So maybe by you managing your stress level and being grounded, you can show them that you're okay. So you're giving them space to go and take care of their worries, whatever they need to take care of. And then you show an example that, yes, you can be a very stressful situation, but you can still handle things, and you can be that rock that they can come back to. I'm wondering, what do you think about this topic? And leave me a comment below and tell me, how do you manage situations that has to do with, especially with people that are so close to you, and you really, really worry about them, and you really want them to make different actions. What is that you do with those monkeys of yours that belong to your circus? I'm not even talking about those that don't belong to your circus, but what do you do with your circus? I'm very interested to hear it. And I love when people leave comments that has to do with the questions I ask, because that's how we can learn from other people's experiences, by seeing what they post. So cannot wait to read your posts and your answers. And if you want more inspiration and more support from me, go to my website, beamazingyou.com, and book a session or buy a book or sign up for my membership. And I'll talk to you next day. I mean, tomorrow. Yeah.